The Rocky Mountains provide the backdrop in Boulder, Colorado, and if you're looking for the Buffaloes, they ain't hard to find. A couple of teams trying to stake their claim to being among the best in the country in this top 25 showdown we have in store. As we'll see the number 19 team in the country, the Alabama Crimson Tide, taking on the 13th ranked team in the land, the Colorado Buffaloes. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. Alabama about to kick off to get this game underway. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Buffaloes offense takes the field for the first time today. And here he is, one of the best receivers in the game, and he just commands attention both from the defense and from the fans.
Yeah, he's a guy you got to keep your eye on, and you're going to see him line up all over the field in this game. He can play in the slot, he can play out wide, he can run the entire gamut in the route tree as well. Really nothing this guy can't do.
Last incompletion leaves them still sitting at their own 25 with 2nd and 10. They're trying to get to it. Keeps it going. Trying to make magic on the scramble. At the 40, there he goes. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
It's just so hard to stop. There is no rhyme. There is no reason. He just scrambles around, makes people miss, and the next thing you know, you look up, he's 20, 30 yards down the field. There's nothing you can do about it.
The offense sets up shop at the 46 on first down. The pull and throw off the RPO. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Going to try to get it himself. He scrambled forward and got a few and turned that into a positive play. When you reach this point in the season, these types of games, top 25 matchups, really determine whether you're going to be a contender.
Yeah, and really show what you're going to be the rest of the season. How are you going to finish strong throughout the season? You know, the first part of the season, now getting to the middle of the season, Palmer, get a chance to show what you're about so you can finish strong.
It's a resume builder, no doubt about it. Really, there's been so much anticipation building up to this top 25 matchup. So which team can control their emotions, I think, goes a long way in who wins this one.
And the Buffaloes are moving quickly down the field. They'll run it out of the shotgun. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop. That kind of pickup on first down, and you can take a shot here on 2nd and short. They'll leave it with him. Dragged down to the turf, but not before getting the first down.
I think throughout the week in practice, when they were game planning their opening script, I don't even know if they envisioned it going as well as it has. This has been beautiful. Nice balance, really nice rhythm. It feels like everything they're dialing up here on their first drive of the game is working to perfection.
Caught in the backfield. It's Miller. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
They're trying to throw the screen out to the receiver. The defense, though, having none of that. They are just too physical. They're too fast, and they force a negative play.
Looking downfield, it's Coffee. Pressure coming. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26. And we might as well state the obvious. 1st and 2nd down didn't work out. 3rd and very long. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. On a little time, lets it go. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. This offense has moved into plus territory, and they want to keep the heat on. They'll go for it on 4th down. He's got him still on his feet. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Bucs!
I love the aggressive nature in the play calling there. The opening drive in the game. You have an opportunity on fourth down. Obviously, you just kick a field goal, take the lead early, establish some momentum. Instead, they get aggressive. They go for it, and not just get it. They score a touchdown.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point makes it 7-0. To a drive there of 84 yards. And they top it off with a 14-yard pass for the touchdown. Kickoff team is on the field. They'll try to drive this one deep. On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So Alabama's offense will go to work for the first time today. And this figures to be just a tremendous matchup of big play receivers, Jesse.
And because of their skills, Reese, you're going to see all types of ways in how they use them, right? They're going to throw it to them. They'll throw screens. They'll get jet sweeps. Get these guys as many touches as you can.
Brian, the good thing is if you're a defense, you're used to it. You see this guy in practice every day. Now you're seeing another guy that's elite. Which defense can rise to the challenge and get a few stops and maybe nullify the playmaker?
One of the offshoots of expansion, particularly in the Big Ten, was how viable could the ACC remain, and it just sort of ramps up the stakes when they meet on the field.
Yeah, I think all of this conference realignment, all the money talk, the loss of rivalries, but it's the haves and the have-nots. And let's be honest, the SEC and the Big Ten are the big two gorillas, right? Anytime you can make a statement and dent these two big powerhouse conferences, they'll do it.
I think the ACC, too, is going to play with a chip on his shoulder. Back in conference realignment, it was the best 4 programs from the Pac-12 that all chose the Big Ten and not the ACC, so this one will be interesting.
He's going to have enough to pick up the first down as they stop him at the 33-yard line. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. To the air, it's Mack. Dumps it off in the flats. And he earns a first down, and boy, did he earn it after taking that lick. The transition of Alabama quarterbacks over the years has been fascinating, from the dreaded game manager label to playmaker.
To playmaker, to spread it out, to Heisman winner. I mean, that's how much this offense has changed and evolved, and they're going to be aggressive, and they're going to score points in this new age era.
What a good run there. He has enough for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll run it from the gun. And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
Unloads to the wideout. Already find a hole in that secondary. He'll be brought down at the 3-yard line. An explosive play in the passing game has him on the doorstep. On 1st and goal, they have a chance to answer with a score of their own.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all...
And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Alabama!
And they just keep feeding it to their workhorse back to open this game. Great job in the open field. He's got tremendous vision. He can make people miss. You saw all of that on display here in the opening drive.
Oh, they blocked the extra point. That's a live ball. He can take it back for 2. So it's an 80-yard drive and close the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. So they had the blocked extra point, had to settle for 6, and they hope the kickoff goes a little smoother. And he takes this from inside the 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. That running game was impressive, taking them right down for a touchdown last time, David.
Yeah, just mauling. No secret play calls, just simply we are more physical than you, and we're pounding the football right at you.
So if you're on offense this next drive, take a look at their safeties and see if they're creeping up into the box. Because of your success running the football, this might be time to take a shot down the field and play action.
And now on second down for this offense. Quickly complete. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. The offense getting set for a first down from the 45. Looking for a man. It's Coffee. He looks that one in nicely.
Not difficult, not complicated, but early in the game, get in that rhythm. Find that timing with your wide receiver so you're set up for success. Then you go attack deep later on.
Quarterback wants to throw on second down. Almost had the completion, just missed it.
And he was off target there, but I tell you what, I expect to see more of that. They do a really good job in this offense of getting the running back the football in the passing. Just let him make plays, let him be a difference maker, ball getting to him in space. So I expect we'll see more of that throughout this game.
Final play of the quarter coming. On fourth down, they'll try to throw it. He's got him and they convert. Not much of a fourth down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing. An easy conversion for this offense. Guys, Colorado has the lead here. One period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. First down to start the drive after the break. Wide out in motion. Back to the air one more time. Looking to scramble. Fires on the move. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
And that's where quarterbacks, they got to be very assertive. They got to believe what they see and really pull the trigger. The longer they wait and they get off rhythm or off timing, a lot of times it ends up in incomplete passes.
On second down, he'll try to make the connection. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48.
Man, that's an impressive play. This dude is so dominant. And I'll tell you, we don't have enough time in this broadcast to list off all the great Alabama D-linemen, especially in recent years. That play right there, that reminds me of the guy I played against back in the day, Cornelius Griffin, playing on the inside of Alabama's defensive line. You knew every single time you dropped back, you were going to have that guy in.
He's got it, and he will score! Touchdown, Colorado!
And that's his second receiving touchdown of the game. My man is just finding pay dirt. Tell you what, these are the kind of guys that you continue to feature throughout a game when he can do this kind of damage after he catches the football.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And they kick it through for the extra point, and they have an 8-point lead. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Hey, fellas, here's a quick update on a top 15 flash today. Boise State is getting handled right now at home. Someone needs to step in here, throw in the towel, and stop this fight. They're trailing by 14 to Syracuse. We'll circle back if anything big happens you need to know about.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Here comes that Alabama offense. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like, you played a lot of plays, you get worn out, you need a chance to go decompress on the sideline, get some oxygen. Palmer, now it's on this offense.
Yeah, this is the definition of complementary football because it's a two-pronged problem. You've got to score score points and answer, but you've also got to take your time and give your defense an opportunity to get their win.
Big chunk play to start this drive. Now they'll really try to take it to this defense. Fast motion from the offense. Quick pass on the jet motion. Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
The Tide with the 1st and 10. Leaves it with the running back. Gets his way again. Really nice, patient job to find some running room by this junior. A cornerstone of the Alabama program really throughout history has been be physical, establish a running game.
Yeah, great running backs. I mean, not only are you recruiting great players in the offensive line and skill and all over the place, but so many great backs that you can name off the top of your head that played at Alabama, that ran it with an edge, that ran it physical, that always represented that style. And you can see Alabama, they're always going to do this. They're going to establish the run.
Incompletion on 1st down. Now they face a 2nd and 10 from the 31. Off the boot, looking for his man. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds. They were on the move, but 2 straight incompletions have them staring at 3rd and 10. To throw, it's Mack. Coming after it. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. Alabama will bring the punt team on the field. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. He gets the first one off, and he was busier than he hoped in that loss last week, being called on 5 times. Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. You put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills.
The ball pops out, and the defense has it. Everybody reverse skate.
Oh, and it's a hit like that that will absolutely light up the sideline, light up the stadium, change the momentum, and help you win a football game, because that hit is what caused that fumble.
Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They're getting this guy lathered up. They make the stop after a pickup of 3, balls at the 18. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Wide receiver shows motion. Touch pass on the run. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Grabbed in the middle, it's Hale. Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the 1st down, and they'll have it 1st and goal at the 6. On the doorstep of cashing it in for the offense. A 1st down run in the red zone. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. We'll see if the offense can punch it in on 2nd and goal. And he is stopped, not getting close to the end zone. Line of scrimmage still at the 3. They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of settling for 3, but it is 3rd and goal. He snares it in the end zone. Touchdown, Bama! That dude's really big. How in the world did they lose him?
Because down here he does a lot of blocking. You play a lot of man coverage in the red zone. And what do? Peek in the the big fella. I don't know how he lost that big of a guy, but he lost him.
From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. That last drive and the turnover, not what you're looking for when you have the lead, Jesse.
Yeah, and really I think for them, it's just staying out of their own way. They're making plays. They've got the playmakers to go and win this game, so it's just a matter of executing better, Dan.
Yeah, executing better, understanding I still got the lead, put a drive together here and build on that lead.
We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we'll see if the offense can build on this lead before the break. Out of the gun, the inside give. And with that effort, they pick up a fresh set of downs. They have it at the 34-yard line.
This is one of the top 10 offenses in the nation in getting first downs. To do that, you got to have balance. You can't always throw for it on third down. You've got to be able to run it as well, and they've got to do...
He holds it in, and nobody's close. And he's brought down after a huge completion.
Well, after that last play, you can see how electrifying this guy is and how special he is after he makes the catch. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to find a lot of ways to get him touches in this game.
Quick release on the RPO. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up at first without scoring. To the air, it's Coffee. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. The Buffaloes have it in scoring position on first and goal. Goes to the option. He'll toss it. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Buffaloes!
And that is exactly what you want from your offense, man. Late in the half, you want to execute and then punch it in physically on the ground. Take the lead going into the half. Take all the momentum. Nice execution on the drive by that offense.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Let's see if he can make a play on the return. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. And now the offense will come onto the field again. He's looking to throw it. Grab near the marker. It's Henderson. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. Trying to find his man on first down. Quick strike complete. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Trying to get a rhythm in the passing game now on second down. He's looking to throw. Finds his big tight end. How about this backer in pass coverage and bringing the big hit stick with him too. Wants to throw on third down. Feeling some heat. And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback.
And the defense there goes zone coverage, maybe confused the quarterback a little bit, forced him to hold on to the football, and that allowed the pass rush to get home.
Looks as if the Tide will punt it away. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. The punt team makes its way onto the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Bringing it back, it's Hood. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return gets a little bit of ground for the offense. Just enough time for one final play of the half. The offense will quickly use a timeout. Line gets set, first down. Looking to move it through the air. The pass falls incomplete, and that's how we'll finish this half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Thanks, guys. A first half that saw a little bit of everything.
And the Buffaloes will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. I imagine we'll see them go right back to work up top after how productive that passing game was in the first half.
And it's interesting. If I'm the defense and I've got the lead, they've had success throwing the football, but we're winning. I don't know that this defense changes too much of what they've done in the first half.
I think they got to do a better job of pass rush. They might want to change their coverages as well because they're probably at this point expecting this offense to have to keep throwing, considering they did have success in the first half.
After the incompletion, let's see if they go back to the air on 2nd and 10 from the 33. To the air, it's Mack. And that's just a flat misfire, not even close to his receiver. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with the sack. The Crimson Tide will bring the punt team on the field. He'll call for the fair catch here. Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. Opening play of this drive comes from the 26-yard line. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38.
I love when players understand situations and they understand where the first down marker is and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting that first down to make sure I get an extra set of downs instead of trying to make those big touchdown runs.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for it.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. They'll see if they can find some running room on the right here. He makes the stop at the 43-yard line. It's a pickup of 15, and they've got it in plus territory.
I would feed this guy. Listen, I can run RPOs all I want, but I just need to know if it's a tie, give it to this guy. He'll make plays. He's got speed. He'll hit the hole. He's a physical runner, so I keep feeding this guy for sure.
And the Buffaloes will have it 1st and 10. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
Well, this offense came into the game knowing they wanted to be physical. They wanted to establish the line of scrimmage, and they're running downhill right at this defense, and they're churning out positive yardage early.
Back to the ground game on the left. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
The interesting thing about these RPOs is it takes a lot of communication. You know, the quarterback sticks it in the belly of the running back, and the running back doesn't know if he's going to take it or not. And you could tell, took the football, got north-south, got upfield, got a great positive gain and a positive play for this offense.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep third downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on first down.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. They'll go to the ground. Able to make the stop after a gain of 2 to the 22. Ball's at the 22. 3rd and short coming. Can the defense force them to settle for a field goal? Floats it out in space. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down.
Defense is about learning the plays. 3rd down, what do they like to do? How do they do it? So far, the offense having a little bit of success, but the defense now, you got to figure out what they do.
He pushes his way down to the floor as they get closer and closer.
I don't know, man. If I'm on defense here and I'm watching the way my D-line's getting manhandled, I might have to put more guys in the box. I might have to sacrifice a safety and try to get more hacks closer to the...
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Bucs! Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. Precision blocking up front. Created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. And he didn't find a whole lot of running room, and that'll be the final play of the third quarter. Guys, Colorado has the lead here. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. Looking to throw, it's Mack. Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. Pulls it in on the right. And the tackle is made, but not before that completion gets them 30-plus.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
Didn't have much of a choice there but to get rid of it. Line getting set on second down. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Now facing a third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, what a grab by the defense. Taking it the other way. He's at the 40. He's at the 20. Touchdown, Colorado. How about that D coming up with a play like that? With that score, it looks as if this bunch is about to go 6-1.
And that just might do it, man. Offense needed points badly. Defense comes up with the big interception, takes it all the way back just to pad their lead a little bit and make this game almost out of reach.
They're lining up to kick it off after the pick six, and that defense will come out feeling it. He'll take the return, try to get better field position. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Here comes that Alabama offense. That last pick six after a drive like that, David, can swing the momentum of a game. He uncorks one deep. He's got it downfield for a huge gain. All by himself down the middle. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. And once he found some daylight, it was time to make a house call.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. From inside the 10, here he comes. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So we'll see the offense on the field to start this drive. Hand off from the shotgun. They shut it down quickly, but he gets 2 out to the 18.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead. The offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. The quarterback just lost track of the play clock, didn't get the snap off quickly enough. Now on second down. He's going to take off. A solid pickup on the scramble and slide, but There's a flag down. Let's see what that's about. We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. Second down coming up. Trying to impose their will with the run. Shakes off the defender. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. Let's see what they've got on second down. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. They'll run it to keep the clock moving. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Give to the running back. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. How good has this offense been on 4th down, converting all 3 times, and they're lining up to go for it again. Lofts one high and deep. This will be picked off, maybe just the turning point they needed. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick. Looking for a productive play on first down. He's going to pass. Catch in the middle. It's Hale. Touchdown tie. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. That big score makes the end of this game very interesting.
No doubt the offense got what they needed. More work to do, but you had to get this part accomplished first.
And he added the extra point. That's exactly what you want to do when you have that type of field position. Strike quickly, and they did. One play, and they put it on the board. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll... Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
That last completion sets him up on second down. They'll run play action. They're bringing heat. Caught near the sideline, it's Pearson. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
Right, that goes down as a pass completion. How about the quarterback seeing the fullback, understanding I can get some positive yards here, dumping it off to him to get a small gain.
Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. Quick pass to the left, trying to get it to the marker. The expressway is wide open. Inside the 10. And the defense couldn't corral him, and he took it all the way. Touchdown, Buffaloes! That one puts them in really good shape to get back on the right track and get another W. They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the 4th. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Gentlemen, let's take a look at what's happening in this exciting college football game. Charlotte is in front. They've controlled the line of scrimmage to this point, but they still have some work to do to put this in the win column. They're up by just 1 over Navy. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. He wants to throw. He'll loft one deep down the left side. And it's intercepted. A turnover for the defense. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. Really nice focus by this sophomore, and he jumped on his chance to make a play.
That should be the nail in the coffin. What a great break on the football. Getting the big turnover. You got the lead. Now just go out there, be smart on offense, and run that clock.
Well, this is just the type of field position this offense wants. And they drag him down, but not before he picks up the first down. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Now inside the 20, 1st and 10 from the 18. Use the play fake, now to throw. Going for it all. And he was trying to cash in the end zone in this red zone threat, but it's incomplete.
Sometimes as a quarterback, when you're feeling a rhythm and you're feeling yourself, you just want to keep taking shots, right? This guy's already thrown 3 touchdown passes. He saw a look he liked, decided to let her fly. I haven't seen a lot of balls falling complete, especially deep down the field. That one did, but I'd expect this guy to keep letting it go.
Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. A 3rd and long coming up here. Back to throw, it's Coffee. And good coverage and better hands on that shot to the end zone. They'll send out the kicker to try to salvage this drive. This field goal try to make it a 3-score game late. Never a doubt. And now the lead is even bigger. They keep pushing that lead out, and the kickoff team's getting some work. And here's the return. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. It has been a rather forgettable day that's finally coming to a close, David.
Yeah, it's been an awful day. I mean, just not functioning well on offense, defense giving up a lot of points. This is a day, Palmer, they'll like to forget.
Yeah, you're going to find out a lot about their character right now. Obviously, not what they hoped this would be, and that's demoralizing for a lot of these kids that have worked really hard in practice all week. But at this point here, you're just trying to prove to your coaching staff that you're not going to play.
That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. And he is finding wide-open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day. And after the interception, able to get it in plus territory, taking it back to the 41.
The number one objective for a defense is to make the offense one-dimensional. Well, when they're trailing by this much, late in the game, they're one-dimensional. They have to pass the football. We can bring more speed on the field. You see it. We know you're throwing the football. Nice break on the football. Nice interception. This one's almost over.
2nd and short now after that completion. He's looking to throw. That one comes out hot down the right side. Touchdown, Buffs! And the route is on. With that score, it looks as if this bunch is about to go 6-1.
And they say play to the final whistle. This offense took it to heart. Scoring late, maybe they could have wasted the clock. They made no doubt about it. This one's over.
And they did tack on that extra point without any adventure. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. And after this play, the cake will be baked. To the air, it's Mack. Trying to get to him. Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players. Trying to take it back. And he's down, and this game will end on a turnover. Winning those individual 6-second battles every play, time after time after time after time, and that leads to a victory here.
And I love when teams go out and play like it's sudden death. Like if they lose the game, their entire season is over. This game wasn't for the national championship, but you wouldn't know that watching this winning team, David. Tremendous effort and tremendous execution.
I love competitive people. I love competitive coaches. I love competitive teams that they know that their job is to go out and get a W no matter where you play. You want to play in the parking lot? We'll go meet you. Great job of this team being ready, getting the W.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.